Ologbondiyan, a PDP chieftain, seems not to be satisfied with the manner the PDP is playing their opposition role in the country. He claimed that PDP is paying lip service to the comatose economic policies of the president. It is no longer news that under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the hunger in the land is severe and the nation's economic health is in comatose. Hence, this statement from Ologbondiyan.
Who was a former National Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, is right here with us in our Abuja studio. Good morning, Mr. Ologbondiyan.
Good morning, Kari. Good morning, Jeffrey, and good morning, Bukola.
I understand that you were on the show a few weeks back, and then you made some sort of predictions. Well, I was on vacation then, but it's quite interesting, all the things that have happened ever since then. But let's start with politics for nation building, because sometimes people can get lost in these issues, and they're not sure, what do we get out of this? So let's begin first with a resolution for some sort of reform in the economy. What is the exact alternative that the PDP is bringing forward? And I want you to, put this on the back of the fact that there are divisions within the party. So who or what ideology do you align with, first of all? And does that ideology have some sort of alternative reform for this nation?
Basically, I, as an individual, as scholar Ologbondiyan, I subscribe to the ideals of the party as laid down by the original founders of the party and as demonstrated in governance under President Olusegun Obasanjo, under President Seun Musa Yar'Adua, and under President Goodluck Jonathan. I subscribe to the ideals. For instance, on the economy, let's take the painful issue at hand now, which is the issue of subsidy. Because what has brought the nation to its knees are the first two major decisions reached by President Asue Ighodalo Martin Amaewhule, particularly on the subsidy and on the floating of the naira. I think these were the two major issues. But under the PDP leadership, in time past, I'm aware that what we had was a phased subsidy removal, which also came with palliatives that are not just in terms of buying rice and distributing to people where they can find them, or telling people that, oh, you go and buy rice in your ministry at the rate of 40,000. The demands, the desires, the wishes of Nigerians go beyond purchasing rice at a particular price or distribution of rice.
Are you talking about the phase removal during the Obasanjo government?
No, I'm talking about, I'm talking about the phase removal during the Obasanjo's administration, which was also continued during the Jonathan administration, which was, although that didn't even go far, but that policy...
What we saw during Jonathan's administration was cold turkey.
Yes.
It was removed.
Yes.
People protested and it was returned.
And it was returned.
Yes.
So what I mean about phase removal under President Olusegun Obasanjo was the fact that, they said that they had 4 phases of removal of subsidy. But the palliative that they brought in, they tried to introduce public transportation.
They tried to?
Yes, but they tried to introduce...
How successful was that?
Whether it was successful, they gave something, they offered Nigerians something, which Nigerians could latch up to. You understand? So, on the face of that, I believe that if we had a public transport system where you and I do not need to drive our vehicles to Channels Television this morning, where we could jump on the tram or we could jump on the bus, which could also be subsidized, I think the policies could have been better for Nigerians. But the unfortunate thing, as we are witnessing today, is that, and I'm sorry to say this, but it has to be truly confessed because it's before every Nigerian, is that we are paying lip service as a party, even as People's Democratic Party, to engaging the sitting government on its reforms, to put forward alternatives.
So you find it concerning that the state governors could not say, this is the concrete reform that we want, at least from that meeting. All they said was we call for reform, and we as state governors will do what we can to ameliorate the situation. Do you find it concerning that there was no clear policy alternative from the governors, your governors, from that?
Well, I know that before now. I think that they championed the issue of stopping the tax reform of the current government. I think they have also, in time past, tried to say or to implement, according to them, decisions in their respective subnationals to ensure that things go better in their respective states. Well, that is left for those who are in those states to determine. But largely, you and I seated here know very well that the situation of the economy is very, very depressing. To put it that way, it's very depressing. Most people, as we speak, cannot even afford to feed, to eat. Most people, as we speak now, cannot even afford to buy medications. Fuel, which the President Asue Ighodalo Martin Amaewhule promised in his campaign that, they are saying that they will increase it to 250 or thereabout. But Nnamdi Amaewhule, which means that just go and rest of mine, we'll bring the cost down. Is today 1,100 in Abuja. Or if you are lucky to join the queue in NNPC, you get it on 1,060 naira, a difference of 40 naira.
Just before we toss this to our Lagos studio, so what we expect, even though PDP has just 33% of the governors, the makeup of 36 governors, they have 12, so that's about 33% or thereabout. But that's enough. That's enough to really present, a front and say, this is what we expect the government to do in terms of the economy, security, and all these other issues. But some say that it's possible that the APC government, President Bola Tinubu, has infiltrated the PDP up to the highest level. So that's why we've not seen that kind of move. Do you agree?
Kaudi, it is a known fact. It is there in the public domain. It's known.
So how high, how much of an infiltration are we seeing?
It is very high. There are various allegations running the rounds, even within the party itself, about how much the leadership of the party has been compromised. So when we have that kind of a situation, for instance, let me give you a practical example. After the Ondo State election, the acting national chairman of our party, the national chairman of the APC, Dr. Umar Ganduje, came out and said that, they know how to hit and hit rightly, and that they are going after Osun and Oyo states in their next respective elections. Ordinarily, you will expect chairman to chairman, the acting national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, to come out bluntly and say these are wishes, or to even rise in the defense of his own political party. But as well as I are speaking here this morning, Ambassador Umar Magun has not said a word in response to the promise made to Nigerians by Ganduje. So when you have that kind of a situation, Kaudi, does anybody need to tell you the major and another major plan?
I'm saying another major when I say the highest level, I'm talking governors as well.
No, another major plank of our party. The FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, is in APC government. And I believe that when you serve in the government, you want that government to succeed. There's no way you can serve in the government and seek to destroy the government. But that will amount to another level of political machination anyway. However, he has his influences within the party. And so if he wishes the government in which he serves to be doing well or to achieve purpose, and he has people also on the other flank, is he going to encourage the people on the other flank to run against the wishes of the government?
Well, let's toss it over to Lagos. Abukola Jeffrey, over to you now.
Mr. Ologbondiyan, so let's build on what you've been talking about with Kayode and stay with party politics for a bit. Let's stay with party politics for just a bit. before we go back to the issue of the economy, because I would like you to profile different kinds of solutions. So I'm going to take the words of your colleagues. Shegu Showumi had said that one of the big problems of the PDP is Nyesom Wike. He says that if the president sacks Nyesom Wike, then we'll see. Because the president took Nyesom Wike without consulting the party, and that has given him some leverage. So do you agree that Nyesom Wike should be fired by the president to bring peace in the PDP? We've also spoken with some of your chieftains in the party, and some have problem with Atiku Abubakar. Atiku Abubakar, the former vice president, still looks to us that he still has ambition to run for the presidency. Some say if he drops his ambition, he's going to, be able to calm some nerves at the end of the day. I know that I think Chief Bode George has spoken to that already. So I want you to look at these two gentlemen, Atiku Abubakar and Nyesom Wike. I know the last conversation we had, he said, oh, the party is bigger than these two individuals. But these two individuals looks like they are the chokehold of the party at the moment. Is that what you see? And how do you get out of it?
Thank you very much, Jeffrey. I thought you were going to come up with a question of, you promised me the last time that neck will hold, but now it has not held.
Yeah, I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that.
Before you get there, Jeffrey, before you get there, I've already found an answer for you. So I don't think we need to go there. But if you wish to go there, it's still okay. But now going to your question, I do not subscribe to a situation in which you blame the challenges of your own party on another person. Yes, like Clement Obom said on your platform here, that it is their responsibility to create crisis in the People's Democratic Party. He has a point. But it is the duty of our own party to find solution within to whatever challenges that we are having. We cannot wait, because we didn't, in the first place, Chief Showumi said that President Asue Ighodalo Martin Amaewhule did not consult with our party before appointing Nyesom Wike as Minister of FCT. In the same line, I'm going with the same argument. President Asue Ighodalo Martin Amaewhule will not need to consult with the People's Democratic Party before he will remove Nyesom Wike, if he so desired. But at the same time, what is the leadership of our own party doing? If indeed and in truth, as we all know, that the challenges of the party is coming from that arena, what are we doing? Is it in terms of reconciliation? Is it in terms of disciplinary action? Sitting here, I can clearly say that I have not seen any direction in the party. Going to Atiku, and people say that, oh, Atiku should drop his ambition. His ambition is personal to him. And I know, and I've also canvassed, even on other platforms, that it will be his own desire too, to say that, okay, looking at what is happening, the situation within the party, I want to sacrifice my ambition. And I want to come and provide leadership for the Nigerians as well as my party. But that decision also is his to make. Whether he chooses to do that or not, like you said, will have his impact on the party. But I think that beyond the politics and above all this, I think that the current situation in which the citizenry has found itself should be at the heart of every political party, be them the major parties or the ones that have not been able to elect people into the National Assembly. But I think that the concern of parties and their leaders now should be what Nigerians are currently passing through. Like I talked about earlier, a situation in which people cannot afford meals, a situation in which people cannot afford medication, a situation in which people are enclosed in their respective homes because of their inability to buy fuel and put in their car or in their motorbike or in their keke napep and move around. The situation is very, very depressing. It's truly depressing. So it is left for the political class, and this is very important. before people come on the street by their own choices. It is imperative for the political class to go indoors, lock themselves up, and put first the condition of our nation, the condition of the citizenry.
All right, I wanted you to also answer the question of your neck that, you argued with me that your neck will hold, and I think I almost dared you to say it will not hold, and you pushed it again to February. I'm almost certain it will not hold. So why is it not holding this time? Because I read that the neck is saying, we're not going to hold because commiserating with the family of the governor of Akwa Ibom State who lost his wife and all of that. But I just feel that if you wanted to hold that neck, there's a way you could have adjusted that date.
Well, I buy into your position. I quite agree with you that while it is right to empathize and sympathize with the governor of Akwa Ibom State, His Excellency Governor Umoeno, concerning the loss of his wife, Her Excellency Patience Umoeno, the Lord grant her soul eternal rest. I also believe, Jeffrey, that, like you rightly said, the timeline could have been adjusted if there is sincerity of purpose, either before the burial or earlier after the burial. But taking the neck, well, I listened to the chairman of the Governors Forum in the communique, and I've also read it, and I also commend his effort, because those who understand the politics that is going on in our party today will understand his difficulty. But it's also okay that they said that not later than February. I want to stick to the issue of not later than the first week of February, because I'm aware, and every party member who is still following the programs of activities that are listed by this National Working Committee knows very well that starting from February 1st, the zonal congresses, the screening of those who want to occupy those offices, who have bought form to occupy those offices, will commence. It's starting on February 1st. A working committee that can hide under a force majeure concerning the death of the wife of the governor of Akwa Ibom State will find an easy excuse if the neck is left in February. So I think that while we stick to the decision of the governors that they must do neck before the first week of February, that will make more sense. If this working committee under Elias Udamagun is allowed to take the neck to February, definitely, beyond the force majeure of the wife of the governor of Akwa Ibom State, beyond the fact that, oh, there was a religious celebration and we cannot hold neck, this one will be an active excuse to say that, oh, we have a screening of zonal officers, incoming zonal officers. So as a result of that, we cannot do neck. But I'm happy that the Governors Forum noted, and I think that was their first line in the communique, the division within the ranks and files of the party. And I think that that in itself is a lesson to all of us. Whether we want to take it, we want to believe it or not, as party men, as members of the People's Democratic Party, our party is on the precipice. And a lot depends on whether NEC can hold to do what is right and what is provided for in the constitution of the party. In terms of succession, with reference to section 45 of the constitution of the party and 47(6) of the constitution of the party, and allow the North Central to produce the successor to Ayu to complete the term that Ayu left behind. It doesn't matter whether we have 1 day left. An assurance that I want to give is that the North Central will continue to make the demand that it be allowed its equitable, justice, and rightful space in the annals of the party. Thank you.
So I wonder if you also agree, Mr. Ologbondiyan, that You know, this is the evidence, the fact that the governors are admitting that there are cracks within the wall of the PDP. So as a result, do you agree that this is evidence that the party really, because of this continuing internal wranglings, is unfit to provide leadership in 2027 as an alternative to the All Progressives Congress?
Thank you, Bukola. It is too early in the day to decide whether PDP is fit or is unfit ahead of the 2027 election. I believe that democracy, party politics, and what have you are about disagreements and reconciliations and discipline and all that to achieve the end purpose. So what the current experience that we are having in the party, which you have spoken to, is such that we have divisions, yes, but it does not follow that these divisions cannot be amended even before the next election. And you are also aware, and I can tell you this for free, that there are people, there are members even of other political parties, including the All Progressives Congress, who have become very disenchanted with the current system. I mean, the government of President Asue Ighodalo Tinubu. And they are praying and willing that, oh, if the PDP can get their acts together, let us see if we can provide an alternative. Oh, we cannot throw that away. And we believe that that is what the President Asue Ighodalo Tinubu's government and his followership in the party are scared of. And that is why they are seeking for means of ensuring that no opposition political party will be fit enough to stand election with their candidate in 2027. But, like I said earlier on, Bukola, it is still too early in the day, because we might sail through and cross the river and present to Nigerians a party that will be viable and stable to hold political office.
But Mr. Ologbondiyan, it's as if you're continuing with the finger pointing that other party members, you know, are engaging in by saying that the ruling party is working to ensure that there's no viable opposition. But even in states that are led by the PDP, what are the evidence to point to that indeed these states are providing alternative economic policies to provide a sense of hope to the people of the state that indeed the PDP is better? The situation is the same in all PDP states as APC states. And, you know, speak to this as well. In the People's Democratic Party, the division continues with the report that, you know, state governors and 24 state chairmen are working to keep the Magum in power in office till 2027. So on that level, there is no assurance that there will be stability in the party even before next year. And in other states where PDP is the ruling party, there is no sense of hope as well.
Well, Bukola, I have not distanced myself from your argument. I haven't. I recognize the fact, even if our own governors can go for a meeting, and in the meeting, some of their members refuse to turn up, and they acknowledge the fact that in the rank and file of the party, there are divisions, and very sharp divisions. If we have that kind of a situation in our hands, the alternative that is left for us, and if indeed and truly we are desirous of rescuing Nigerians from these pains and pangs that they are going through, then it behoves on us to bring back our own political party and to serve as the alternative. That's the point I have made. Talking about whether our governors are doing better or they are not doing better, or our governors and the APC are on the same wavelength, I will not agree completely with you, Buki. I cannot agree to that. Because I know that there are states in our own state, and you can see in public space, that it's only our governors that are commissioning projects. That's a fact. I don't know, maybe APC doesn't have a media standard that will enable them to commission projects and showcase to the world what they are doing. I'm not aware. But I know that in the People's Democratic Party, our governors are calling eminent Nigerians, to come and help commission the projects that they are doing. So on the basis of that line, I still give it to our governors. And I also know that the People's Democratic Party was founded in 1998 to serve the interests of Nigerians, where there are areas in which the party and its members have been accused by the populists, by Nigerians, to say that, oh, this is not our expectation. But Buki, let me tell you something. If you go on the streets of Nigeria today and you sample opinions of Nigerians, you are likely going to get a probability that will say that life was far better under the PDP than they are witnessing today. So on account of that, my appeal is to the leaders of the People's Democratic Party. Do not allow this party to flounder. You cannot reduce this party that has been labored for by the founders to the whims and caprices of an individual who is bluntly refusing to obey the rule, to respect the rule, which he enjoyed to become an acting national chairman. And like I always love to say, I do not have anything personal with Ambassador Elias Udamago. Nothing whatsoever is personal. But I have a commitment to the desires, to the wishes of Nigerians to improve this country. And on that account, I believe that the political party that I subscribe to, the People's Democratic Party, can achieve that. Thank you, Buki.
Well, Mr. Ologbondiyan, we still have the present challenge with us. And this government will tell you, oh, we've done this and that. In fact, there's what the State House puts out from time to time, tracking the president's, policies and all. And PDP governors are calling for a reform. This government is saying it's reforming what the PDP did in the past 16 years before Buhari came in, also reforming what the Buhari government did as well. So it's just a lot in the mix, but our concern from time to time always really is the people who are looking for leadership that would at least listen, show that it is listening, and at least do what the people want it to do by making life easier. So it goes back to the question that we started with, politics for the good of nation building. Again, people have looked to the PDP, and this is what they see, what you have described. So how long more do Nigerians have to wait for the PDP to get its act together?
Well, thank you very much, Kayode. I'm a convert to politics for good governance of the people. Wholly, I'm a convert to that. To your question about how long Nigerians will have to wait, I just seek the patience of Nigerians more. Because I know, and like I have said repeatedly, our governors, even if they were living in a lie before, by their communique, they have come to a realization that the party is on a precipice. Because they have admitted that there are divisions within the ranks, and fights. And so that's why they have said, oh, between now and first week of February, the solution has to be found, NEC has to hold. Right. You understand? So, well, these are timelines. We hope it comes to pass.
The interesting part is this government is asking for patience. The PDP is asking for patience. Come on, now, just how much can Nigerians take? On a final note, it seems you're playing safe, Mr. Ologbondiyan. You're staying safe. You're not criticizing this party. You're not criticizing this party. Are you doing this just in case it works out for either of them you join? Because one, you have the governors. You can say, well, governors, I expect you to say categorically that this NEC must hold rather than postponing it yet again. You're not criticizing the governors. The presidential candidate of your party, whom a lot of people have said, well, we think you should step down. You're not criticizing him. You said his ambition is
personal to him.
Even the FCT governor, the FCT minister, yes. You just stayed safe. He said, well, it's okay. He can work in that. So
no. I have never said that Wike can work.
Well, you said that you expect that if it's working, it will work for the good of it.
No, I said that his appointment was never discussed with the party. That's my own understanding. Because it goes beyond writing letter to the national chairman. Right. But let me make this point, please, Kayode. By Chief Nyesom Wike himself. The expectation is that if Asue Ighodalo Martin Amaewhule desired a national government, he would have come out by himself and make a public declaration. I am going to run a government of national unity. And on account of my desire to run a government of national unity, I will bring a minister from party A. I will bring a minister from party B. So, and I said that since he is the one by himself, who made a choice and made that choice a minister. No matter what PDP says, the solution to that challenge is inside the PDP. Because the president didn't consult them when he was making that appointment. And he will not consult with them too if he desires to exit it. That's the point.
So basically what I'm just trying to say is you see that everybody is right in their own position with the decisions they're making. So you're not criticizing anyone in particular.
No, that's not true. Why will I not criticize people?
So are you criticizing the governors for allowing the NEC to be postponed?
Oh, I have said that clearly. I said they have admitted within themselves, among themselves.
So are they wrong to have allowed the NEC to be postponed?
No, I wasn't in their meeting.
No, I'm saying the decision that came out. Are they wrong to have allowed it to be postponed?
How they wait?
Yeah.
We have had postponement. This will be the third or the fourth postponement that we are having. I have spoken when I address some youths. You understand? On the error of allowing these postponements to continue.
So the governors fell into that error.
The governors have fallen into that error. But in falling into that error, they have now said that, between now and first week of February. And I've also said it here, Sokaudi, that if you allow them to go into that February, if they could use the force majeure as an excuse, without rescheduling the date,
they'll say it will clash with
they will also say that it's going to clash with the zonal election, and that will be another excuse. And I also said emphatically that our leaders must realize that our party is on the precipice.
Mr. Kola Ologbondiyan, former National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, you say you're now a journalist.
No, I said that I'm your colleague.
I've not seen you in any meeting or any of the other.
I'm your colleague. I'm your colleague that's a journalist, and that always, Kaudi, I will remain a journalist. All right. So I want to be seen more.
So you're like a
technocrat who is functioning in the political arena.
All right, Mr. Ologbondiyan, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Recently, many Nigerians who are pro-Tinubu's administration rained heavily on Davido after Davido made a statement in a radio station in US that the current economy of Nigeria is a shambles. They have continued to rain on him. However, some others are saying that, look, these pro-Tinubu's administrators who are going after Davido over the statement that the economic situation of Nigeria currently is in shambles, that was there any atom of lie in what Davido said? Taking a look at the current economic situation of the country, today, a UK resident who came to Nigeria lamented the fact that the cost of living, the cost of survival in Nigeria is more higher than the cost of survival in the UK. Imagine that. That is the current situation of the economy. But many pro-Tinubu supporters believe that the statement made by Davido further demarcates the nation, reminding him that when he needed fame, he came to Nigeria, that Nigerians made him. Several pro-Tinubu administration supporters have speak against the statement by Davido.